Adam Cole, Hangman Adam Page, Jungle Boy Jack Perry, Wardlow, MJF. Who's the man behind the AEW Devil Mask? Keep watching if you want to know what I think. What's up, my peoples? Welcome to Everything is Wrestling, the show where I talk about how all roads lead back to the world of professional wrestling. And what I mean by that is whether it's sports, entertainment, movies, music, art, politics, or even content creation, it all borrows a little bit from the world of pro wrestling. Whether it's the theatrics, gymnastics, or the antics, you could always come back to the world of pro wrestling. And when you start noticing that, you start to peek behind the curtain. But before I get to that and before I talk about that, I'll have one topic that I really want to talk about in this video, and that is who is the person behind the AEW Devil Mask, right? For those who don't know, the AEW Devil has been terrorizing the AEW locker room for some time now. And no, I'm not talking about CM Punk. But I am talking about this devil character who they are portraying on TV, right? So he has been following MJF around. For those who don't know, MJF was the first person to introduce the devil mask into AEW. He did come out as the devil and won the chip that guaranteed him a title shot, and that was back in that casino ladder match. And now, since then, someone has either stolen AEW champion's devil mask, MJF's devil mask, or he's doing it himself, and it's like some split personality thing. But I don't think that's where they're going. There's a lot of speculation that it could be Hangman Adam Page after this past episode of Dynamite, because MJF did call him out and ask him if he was him. And then towards the end of the show, when MJF did get attacked, we did see a beer bottle, and we all know the Hangman loves his beer. But I don't think that's where we're going. I think that's just a red herring. There's speculation of it being Jungle Boy Jack Perry because he's been gone for a while. And the last time we saw him was at AW All In, and we haven't seen him since. But I don't think that's where they're going either, because I think that would just fall flat. And I don't think there's really much motivation there behind that besides him just maybe wanting the championship. But I don't think there's any motivation there. There's also speculation of it being Wardlow. I don't think it's Wardlow because we've seen Wardlow come after MJF directly and tell him that he's going to get him when he has his opportunity. So I don't think it's him. It doesn't really make sense for him to be hiding behind the mask. I do think he could be one of the goons, the devil's goons, but I don't think he is the man behind the mask at all. There's also speculation that it could be Britt Baker. I don't think it's Britt Baker because then there's no payoff, as we won't be able to see MJF put his hands on the devil if it's Britt Baker. But I do think that all things are pointing towards MJF's best friend, which is pretty sad, and that man is Adam Cole, baby. And I just think in order for this to actually pay off, it needs to be a shock, right? It needs to be something that people aren't expecting. And yeah, I know a lot of people are now expecting Adam Cole to be the devil, but what we don't realize is what this means in the storyline, right? Like if it might be an obvious payoff, but at the same time, it is something that will really move the story along. For those who don't know, MJF has been a terrible person his whole career, right? His whole AEW career, he's been this terrible person, and the one person that's been able to bring the good out of him is Adam Cole, his best friend, right? So he says it himself, he's never had any friends. This is his one friend. So what better storyline in wrestling would be for his one friend to turn on him and betray him, right? That is literally storyline 101. I also think there's a lot of clues that point to Adam Cole being the devil, because last time we did see the devil mask before it got stolen was in AEW All In London, when Adam Cole and MJF were sitting in the back. And there was an interview where they're both sitting in the back talking to each other and backstage promo. And then you see the devil mask just hanging directly in the locker room right above Adam Cole. I think that's obviously a sign that they're pointing towards maybe Adam Cole stealing that mask, becoming the devil, being frustrated that he couldn't be MJF in London. And maybe he figured that MJF is that much better than him. And he in order for him to beat him, he has to beat him by beating him mentally before he could beat him in the ring. I think that's the best story going forward. I think you could then have the rest of the goons, the Devil's goons, be Roderick Strong, Matt Taven, Mike Bennett, returning Kyle O'Reilly, and then Wardlow as their big, heavy bodyguards type wrestler. I think that's where we go. I think that faction sounds amazing. I don't know what you call it. You could call it the Kingdom, since they already are known as that with Roddy, Matt, and Mike Bennett. I think that's where you go with that. You call that the Kingdom. Adam Cole was part of the Kingdom back in Ring of Honor. So it makes sense to reform that, bring his buddy Kyle O'Reilly back since he's been gone for a while. I know he's been out injured, so you can see this faction just going after MJF and taking that what he cares most. He has two things that he cares about in this world, right? And it's Adam Cole being his best friend and that AEW world title, that Triple B. So if this is where the story is going, I think that's the best purposes for this story. It's a great betrayal story, and it's also a great like who done it story, right? It's just a classic TV trope. We've seen it in wrestling, we've seen it in movies, we've seen it in shows. The classic who done it. It keeps the audience engaged, and in order for the audience to not get upset, it needs to be a big reveal. Adam Cole is not the biggest reveal, but it will keep the story going further than a random person like, let's say, Jungle Boy, where there's no motivation there. And I also think MJF could just really destroy Jungle Boy in a promo battle, so it would just take away all of the work of the Devil. So I think it would be someone like Adam Cole because this leaves MJF shocked. It also is a good way to keep Adam Cole in the story while he's injured because he is currently injured. So he could be injured for a while because he is the Devil. He doesn't need to actually wrestle. He could just send out his goons for a couple months before we have that big payoff of Adam Cole versus MJF again. And this time, Adam Cole takes that championship and that friendship and everything that MJF cares about, and this shoots MJF into the biggest babyface AEW has ever seen if this is played correctly. So I think this is where we're gonna head. I don't know where how far this Devil storyline is gonna go. We do have AEW's last pay per view of the year, World's End, coming up on December 30th. So I do think we might see some reveals there. I don't know if we see the Devil reveal itself, but maybe we see some of the goons be revealed, and we could even have it be that the goons are maybe Roddy, Mike, and Matt, and even Kyle O'Reilly, and we see MJF start thinking like, hey, these are all Adam Cole's friends. Is Adam Cole the Devil? And we could start playing along with that. MJF starts not trusting Adam as much while Adam is like reassuring him, like, dude, I would never do that. I'm injured. How could I be the Devil? And then we finally get that big reveal sometime next year. And then that leads into the program between Adam Cole and MJF. I think that's where we're heading. It it could be something really special if they play their cards right, and I think it could take over the storylines for 2024 AEW, and then we see if that MJF babyface run leading the charge for the next couple of years is where we go. I hope this is where we go. I see a lot of money and a lot of fans being happy with this storyline if everything is done well. And then from there, we have some other people that are going to come in and challenge the MJF. You know, like we have Will Ospreay coming in, we have Swerve coming in. So you could have MJF be this babyface for a long time. I don't think it makes sense to turn him heel by revealing him as a devil. It doesn't really make sense, and it would just be. I think it would just really fall flat. So that's my prediction as to who I think the devil is. If you guys have any other ideas and you guys want to argue with me in the comments, let me know. I want to hear all your thoughts. But for now, I think the devil is unfortunately Adam Cole, baby. So if you like what you heard in this video and you want to keep listening to my thoughts, please like, subscribe, comment, and let your friends know that I'm over here making these great videos, because at the end of the day, as I said it earlier in the video, everything is wrestling, so anyone could enjoy these videos as long as they understand that. So peace out.